Today, we're going to step into a reality that millions of people live every single day, but one that most of us rarely see up close. We're going to walk through a day in the life of an ALS caregiver, a day filled with physical demands, a huge emotional weight, and just incredible dedication. So let's start by getting a sense of the sheer scale of this commitment.
Profoundly demanding almost feels like an understatement. It's a role that requires this constant, unbelievable blend of strength, patience, and resilience. And it touches every single aspect of life for both the person with ALS and their caregiver.
So, to make this really hit home, we're going to follow the story of two people, Sarah and her husband, Mark. By walking through their day step by step, we're going to get a very clear, very human picture of what this journey is actually like. All right, so their day kicks off at 6:30 a.m. But there's no gently easing into the morning, no hitting the snooze button. For Sarah, the responsibilities begin the very moment that alarm goes off. The first couple of hours are just intensely physical. Each one of these tasks, getting Mark out of bed, helping him dress, transferring him to his wheelchair, it's a slow, deliberate process. It takes a lot of strength and really careful coordination. Even something like breakfast means preparing specially blended foods just to accommodate his difficulty with swallowing. But here's the part that's so easy to miss. Underneath all of this physical work, there's a hidden layer. As Sarah is focusing on each individual task, she's also carrying this immense emotional weight of watching Mark become more and more dependent. It's this quiet, constant grief that runs right alongside every single act of care. And this is the invisible logistical labor of caregiving. I mean, before the day has even really gotten going, Sarah is already a full-on project manager. She's prepping for medical calls, mapping out a super precise medication schedule, and organizing the family support system. It is a relentless mental load. Okay, so as the morning shifts into midday, you might think things would slow down. Nope, the pace doesn't let up. The responsibilities just shift, and honestly, they multiply. So during that 10 a.m. telehealth call, Sarah's role completely transforms. She's not just an assistant here, she's a facilitator, she's a translator, and maybe most importantly, she is Mark's advocate. She makes sure his voice is heard when his own speech is affected, ensuring his needs are perfectly clear to the medical team. But amidst all the medical talk and the routines, you get these small, powerful moments of connection. A shared laugh while watching a show they both love. That's so much more than just a break. It's a reminder of their bond, a little flicker of normalcy that provides some really crucial emotional relief. 20 minutes, that's it. That's the amount of respite Sarah gets for the entire day. While a homemade is there helping out, she gets just 20 minutes to take a walk and clear her head. It's a tiny, tiny window of time for herself in a day that is completely dedicated to someone else. The afternoon is less about a flurry of new tasks and more about pure endurance. It's an emotional and physical marathon that just requires this sustained energy and focus to get through. And the cycle is just relentless. There's the physical care, like repositioning Mark to keep him comfortable. There's the emotional work of reading aloud to stay connected. And all the while, there's this constant hum of administrative stuff, insurance emails, scheduling calls that just never ever seems to stop. So how does she keep going? Well, she finds strength in these small moments of reflection. She might just hold on to a simple thought like this one, finding just enough internal fuel to stay resilient through a very long afternoon. And this is the power of a support system in action. Her sister's visit isn't just a social call. It is a lifeline. It injects a much-needed sense of normalcy into the evening and provides a crucial emotional buffer against the day's total exhaustion. As evening arrives, the day's final demanding phase begins. This isn't about relaxing. It's about the careful, patient process of getting Mark ready for the night. The evening routine really mirrors the morning in its physical and emotional demands. That transfer from the wheelchair to the bed is a delicate, strenuous procedure. Every pillow has to be adjusted perfectly for his comfort, and only then can Sarah even begin to think about preparing for tomorrow, because the whole cycle is just going to start all over again. After Mark is settled for the night, Sarah finds a different kind of support. Online caregiver forums become this vital space where she can connect with other people who truly, truly get it. It's a place to share tips and frustrations, a digital community that really helps reduce that profound sense of isolation. Okay, so after walking through this entire day, let's just step back and pull it all together. What is the actual reality of being a caregiver? When we look at Sarah's day, you can really see three distinct, yet overlapping layers of labor. You've got the constant physical work, the transfers, the feeding. Then there's the deep emotional work, providing comfort while navigating her own grief. And running through it all is that relentless logistical work of managing a complex healthcare reality. This chart just visualizes Sarah's day perfectly. You can see how the vast majority of her time is completely consumed by these different forms of care: physical, emotional, logistical, and just basic household chores. And that tiny sliver, yeah, that's the 20 minutes she had for herself. So the crucial point is this. While we often talk about how important self-care is, the reality for a caregiver like Sarah is that the day is defined by a relentless, compassionate, and all-consuming dedication to the needs of another person. And that leaves us with a really critical question to think about. Recognizing the immense physical, emotional, and logistical labor they perform every single day, how can we, as a society, better see, value, and support the often invisible work of the caregivers all around us?